Now notice we're still talking about spliced conductors, still in accordance with NEC 230.46. Now this particular illustration that we see here used to give us a lot of trouble. And in previous times when before this was added, this permissive rule of splicing, the chief inspector or someone had to okay we had a busway, because some plan checkers, some engineers, some contractors say, hey, you're splicing those buses together. There is not anywhere in 230.46 that such permissive permission is given. So you can see the service drop is dropping down, and it is connecting in an approved manner to that busway, and also surge arrestor is set there in accordance with the new Article 242, Part 3, I believe it is, that deals with surge arresters, and it's connected to ground to divert surges coming down the line and to regulate more of a voltage coming into the and terminating to the main and the service equipment. But notice that busway is being spliced together. So to allow this, we just put it in our city ordinance so the inspector could look at it and just automatically okay it without coming through me for me to okay it, or the electrical board to okay it, and so forth. So again, as you see, the busway is permitted to be connected to various fittings used as service entrance, and it's spliced in accordance with 230.46. However, though, we still recommend to review 230.43, item 9, 268.30, and 268.10, C as in car, as well as 368.17 that deals with busways. But the review sections we give you a better understanding of installing a busway and splicing it as permitted, and I'm talking about the buses, the busway, in accordance with 230.46. In this illustration, 6-25 illustrates such an installation. But notice, in conjunction with Article 242, Part 3 for surge arresters, we are also recommending to you, based upon the type of arrestor used, to also review the IEEE standard, C as in car, 62.1. Now, the grounding electrode system that is chosen is referenced in 250.52A1 through A7, where you would ground and bond in all of the electrodes that are present there, if they're present, into an electrode system in accordance with 250.50. 250.50. Now, one other thing I would call your attention to. In grounding, if we go to 250.20, B as in boy, those systems have to be grounded. If the transformer's grounded, you have to bring the grounded conductor to the service equipment. 250.21 of the code, the designing engineer, the contractor, whoever has the authority, those systems you don't have to ground. You have a choice. In 250.22, those systems that are listed there, you cannot ground. So you have a requirement, you got to ground, 250.20b. You have a section that says no. 250.21, you have a choice as a designer installer, you do not have to ground. 250.22, those systems, you have to ground. So kind of keep that in mind when you are selecting the grounding electrode system for a specific piece of equipment, service, or whatever it may be. So once again, our figure 6-25 is illustrating spliced conductors when a busway is used as the service supply means in accordance with 230.46.